What's your name and how old are you? Let's say that your name is Aminata and you're 27 years old. Imagine if I started telling the world that your name is Anita, not Aminata, and that you're 36 years old. If I have a larger audience than you, history will remember you as Anita, not Aminata. That's the story of Africa. Because we don't often own our story, our narrative, the world has an inaccurate, even outrageous understanding of us. Africa, we are a continent brimming with history, culture, innovation, life. We're the cradle of humanity, yet we still lack full control over our narrative, our stories. Here's an example of that. At present, much of the media that covers African affairs is not African-owned. This is not to say that these outlets are not doing a good job. But the fact remains that external forces likely shape the lens through which our continent is viewed. Take, for instance, Africa Intelligence. It's owned by Indigo Publications, a French company founded in the early 80s. Then there is Jeune Afrique Media Group, based in France. They publish the Africa Report and Jeune Afrique, both widely read across the continent and the world. TRT Africa is owned by the Turkish Radio and Television Corporation, TRT, while Africa News is under the umbrella of Euronews, a company based in Brussels, Belgium. These outlets provide important reporting on Africa, but many impose paywalls that limit access for most Africans, creating an information gap. While they are free to choose their business model, the result is that key African news is gated by external owners. For those that are free, editorial control lies with the owners, not the editors or presenters. Ownership ultimately decides what gets published, leaving Africa's narrative shaped by external interests. We must therefore reclaim control of our narrative. Although millions of Africans have done this through social media, we don't own these platforms. The day your account is closed is the day that you realize that you don't even rent space on these social media platforms. You're just a squatter and can be kicked out anytime. So visit my website, bwakali.com, for daily analytical and insightful stories. In addition, and perhaps more important at a collective level, I'm collaborating with a group of like-minded people. Together, we are creating a wholly African-owned online media platform. This outlet will be fueled by citizen journalists from across Africa. If you're also creating or have already created similar African-owned media platforms, I'm cheering you on and looking forward to hear from you and support you. We must articulate and amplify the African voice. As Thomas Sankara said, we must dare to invent the future.